This is the very first thing that you should do if you want to improve your ADHD faster. After treating ADHD patients over the past 10 years and even my own ADHD, this has by far been the biggest game changer for trajectorying getting results with your ADHD. And that is by first, instead of just taking random supplements and a bunch of different medications, you probably have already been doing that and had not much success. And the reason being is because you're going at it completely blind. So the first thing that you really should be doing is investigate to see what is causing these ADHD symptoms in the first place. And that is looking at investigative lab work. But you might be asking, well, Dr. LeGrand, what kind of lab work should I be doing? Well, that's what I'm going to be going over in this video. And the very first set of labs that you should be doing that actually gets covered by your insurance, it's just your doctors aren't running these tests. In fact, they just put you on another medication, or you're just looking for different other supplements that aren't getting the results that you want. And so the very first thing that I have people do through their insurance is do a full thyroid panel. Now, why this is important is because thyroid deals a lot with different ADHD symptoms that cause brain fog, focus issues, motivation, drive, burnout, mentally and physically. It's just they have not run the right test. So what test am I talking about? It isn't just looking at TSH, which is a thyroid stimulating hormone that stimulates the thyroid. It's actually looking at free T3, free T4, looking at your antibodies, so like anti-TPO levels, to see if those are a big issue. Because most of your doctors don't typically run this, but I would go ask your doctor because your insurance can cover it. And if there is an issue, this can be a big game changer for your ADHD health. The next set of tests that could get run by your insurance is looking at iron TIBC, which is your total iron binding capacity, ferritin levels, because if any of these are low and deficient and you have never ran them, this can cause brain fog, focus issues, motivation. It can make your ADHD even worse. And by finding out and discovering it, now you know what to implement, and that can make a big difference. In fact, my very first patient I had this very specific issue with their ADHD, and it was the only thing that we had to adjust that made the night and day difference for them. The other really big one that can be covered by insurance sometimes is looking at vitamin D. In fact, I've even had quite a few patients where sometimes it was just their vitamin D levels that were really low, that once we supplement it, made a huge difference where they were able to get off their ADHD medication. But if you don't want to write this all down, then you should just download my ADHD lab protocol guide in the description below that I give to all my patients. So that way you could take this to your doctor or your functional medicine doctor to know exactly what to implement. So these are just standard labs. So standard labs, sometimes these might just come back normal, and then you're like, now what? Well, it requires doing more in-depth functional lab testing, and that's what I do with my patients because it does usually require to look at that, because a lot of times when you run these labs, your doctors will still come back, oh, you're fine, you're healthy as a horse, but you're like, I don't feel healthy, I don't feel normal. What's wrong with me, doctor? It's because it requires doing more in-depth lab testing. And so this next set of labs, what I always do with my patients is first looking at the neurotransmitters, right? We're dealing with ADHD. We're dealing with different brain chemical imbalances. And so why don't we look at what's going on in your dopamine and serotonin and GABA and norepinephrine and epinephrine, all the different neurotransmitters, which ones are truly off? You can actually test for these. Now, not through your standard doctor. You got to go through a functional medicine doctor like myself or somebody else that can run these tests to see which ones are truly off. Now, there's a lot of controversy online where it's like, well, can you really test neurotransmitters? These are looking at neurotransmitters throughout the entire body, not specific to the brain. It's very hard to get lab testing to just test specifically the neurotransmitters of the brain. But guess what? 90 to 95% of your neurotransmitters are made in the gut. So we're probably missing a big mark if we were just only testing the brain. This is testing throughout the entire body. I like to look at everything in imbalances, but we don't just rely on just neurotransmitters by itself. We use other lab testing, which I'll talk about here in just a minute, of what you need to be implementing and testing for. But when you can see which neurotransmitter pathways are off, that sheds a lot of light of why certain medications are not working for you and why certain supplementation is not working for you, because looking at these different neurotransmitter pathways that that ones are off for you specifically, you will know what to implement. At least your doctor or functional medicine doctor, or when I'm working with patients, knowing exactly what to implement and helping you get results. Now, the next set of tests is looking at more in-depth hormone testing. One of the biggest ones that I like to look at in about 90+% of the people that we do test is they have issues with their cortisol. Cortisol not only does impact energy and stress, but we test it throughout the day to see where is it dipping and where is it spiking throughout the day, because when there's issues going on there, guess what? It impacts motivation and drive throughout the day, because most ADHD people, probably yourself as well, deal with inconsistency. Inconsistent being motivated, inconsistent being driven, inconsistent having energy, sleep issues. That's a lot to do with your cortisol. And so testing that and knowing where it's dipping and spiking can help you know exactly what to implement as far as treatment, or at least the doctor that you work with to know what to exactly implement. Now, additional to that is you want to also do a full hormone panel where we're testing testosterone, estradiol, progesterone, DHEA. The reason why this is really critical, especially for adults, is because if these are off or out of balance, this can cause mood swings, energy issues, sleep issues, motivation, focus, irritability, all sorts of stuff. So we always want to make sure to check that and make sure that's not off. And then to go even deeper from a more micro perspective is a lot of times when we see these neurotransmitters or hormones that are off, it's because there's certain ingredients that are deficient and out of balance, and why certain neurotransmitters are not being produced enough. And this has to do with running an actual micronutrient panel. So, I mean, using micronutrient panels, doing a full panel is what I usually like to do. Can be pretty expensive, but sometimes you can actually just cherry pick and look at some things. And so some of the biggest ones that I usually like to check for is looking at all your B vitamins. So like vitamin B12, vitamin B6. Now this is obviously usually out of pocket. Insurance unfortunately doesn't usually cover these kind of things, but these are good ones to test for because we usually see these ones deficient. Also even looking at vitamin B3, also looking at zinc, magnesium are some really big ones. And if we're having some memory issues, it's good to test things like choline as well as serine levels that deal a lot with memory. Now, some other really big ones that I like to test for is like vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin K1 and K2. I see those pretty often deficient with my patients. I also see like CoQ10, which has a lot to do with energy. So testing for those are some good ones you can cherry pick from a micronutrient test to invest in. But I always think it's really good to do a full panel because a lot of times we see other different micronutrients that are off. Now, again, if you don't want to write this all down, you can just download my ADHD lab protocol guide in the description below. It's free. And that way you can actually take it to your functional medicine doctor, or if you want to work with us directly, you can also find that in the description below. Now, the next set of tests that I think are really important to at least do it once is if you have a history of where you've been exposed to a lot of different environmental toxicities, mold, or even heavy metals, maybe it's the part of the job that you're doing and dealing with lead and mercury, it's good to test for some heavy metal testing and even doing testing for like mold exposure. Those things can impact your neurological system significantly. And if you have it in your system, you want to get it out, or maybe you're still getting exposed to it and you don't realize it, and that can shed some light of what to eliminate in your environmental space. And once you eliminate that, that can stop the constant exposure that's making your ADHD symptoms even worse. Now, if you really want to see a breakdown of case studies and how I help people eliminate these ADHD symptoms, you should watch this video next where I share case studies and also break down the labs that we do to helping eliminate your ADHD symptoms. So watch this video next, my 3-step system to eliminating your ADHD. So watch this video next.